Yo, check this out.
Break it down.
Get busy. You got it. Get busy. You got it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. They're the world's most fearsome fighting team. We're really Ninja Turtles. They're heroes in the half shell, and they're green. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. When the evil Shredder attacks, these turtle boys don't cut no slack. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Splinter taught them to be ninja teens.
This is a radical rap.
Leonardo leads Donatello the machine. Raphael is cool but rude. Michelangelo is a party dude. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power.
And it goes a little something like this.
The Ninja Turtles hit the 1980s like a pop culture juggernaut. It seemed like they came from out of nowhere, and all of a sudden they were everywhere. Animated cartoon, toys, a live-action movie, bars of soap, bubble bath, sleeping bags, dodgy Halloween costumes. The Ninja Turtles were unstoppable. I still remember the hype leading up to the Murakami Wolf animated show pilot in the 1980s. It aired in prime time and was advertised on local TV stations, magazines and newspapers. In the weeks leading up to the pilot, promotional posters and images and PR fluff would appear, and it made it seem like it was something special, something different. The promotional posters and articles were the first place I ever saw the Ninja Turtles, Simpsons and Tim Burton's Batman. It was common in those days for print media to have a little hype cycle going along with the TV networks and advertisements leading up to the next possible big thing in media, whether it was a movie or animated show or whatever. It was an exciting time to be a kid. When the show hit, next thing I knew, the trading cards were everywhere on the schoolyard playground. We would be trading cards at lunchtime, even with kids you didn't really know or usually talk to, and kids would have their own weird logic, like a Mikey card is worth 2 other cards for doubles and swaps, or whoever their favourite was. Everyone was talking about Ninja Turtles. Time for He-Man and Transformers had reached that apex and passed, and it was time for something new, the next big thing. While the frenzy of the TV show inevitably died down, the toys continued to sell well in stores around New Zealand for several years, not to mention internationally. The Turtle Mania, to me, not just for myself, but globally, was at a fever pitch in 1990. We got a live-action movie hot on the heels of the hit Konami 4-player arcade game in the previous year. It was a real achievement for the Turtles to go from an obscure indie comic book to toy line, to animated series, to video game, to live-action movie, and for the quality to be consistently high across all that media in those early years. It really was something special and rare. We're going to talk about the Ninja Turtles some more, but first, let's go back a little bit. Let me introduce myself. My name is Leroy Brown. I'm the baddest man in the whole damn town. Actually, wait a minute, that's a different story. My name is Jonathan Sorensen. I was born in New Zealand in 1980, in the year of How's Your Father? New Zealand is home to great cool stuff, like the band Split Enz, artist Dave Dobbin, fizzy pop drink L&P from the north, TV soap Shortland Street, and of course, Flight of the Conchords.
What about another exclamation mark?
I don't think that's necessary.
Not necessary. No. It's good.
They also filmed some kind of film about a guy who was really into jewellery and second breakfast there for a while, but that's not so important right now. Here's me as a kid with me mum, her best friend Barbara, and her kids too in one of the local parks. Here is my class photo from Addington Primary School in 1988, the year the Turtles cartoon hit full stride and Turtle Mania took over the playground. Turtle merchandise was everywhere. I used to save clippings from magazine and newspapers about the Ninja Turtles and put them on my bedroom wall. Everyone in my family saved something if they found a clipping or magazine post that I didn't already have. I used to have the toy Playmates figures on a small table beside my bed, and for years I went to sleep every night surrounded by the Fab Ninja 4 and their assortment of weird gangly mutant mates. Toys to the right of me and clippings on my wall to the left of me, all surrounded by the turtles. My grandfather used to buy me the New Zealand Australian version of Whizzer and Chips comics, and later Alf from the local newsagent. But one day I found an issue of Archie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures. He purchased me several issues of this book that year, and later I started buying the series when I had my own pocket money. I read and collected the book for about a year or so when suddenly the newsagent stopped getting the book. So it was a little sad that day, as I loved this all-ages, kid-friendly comic book. These Archie adventures were the first Turtles comic books I ever read. A couple years later, I discovered some Mirage Volume 1 colorized reprints in a bookstore. These were the first ever colorized Mirage books back in the early 90s, and I thrilled to the saga of the Utrons, Triceratons, and the Fugitoid. But for now, the Archie comics I loved and reread. Many years later, IDW Comics would reprint the entire Archie run, and I'm very fortunate to now own the entire 70 issue or so run in a series of trade paperbacks, which also included the Mighty Mutanimals miniseries collected in the same books. The Archie Adventures books expanded the lore of the Ninja Turtles. The writers and artists were allowed to create their own little adjacent universe in this book that had its own continuity separate from the Mirage comic books and the animated television series. Some of these characters would make it into the toy line. Some appeared as a one-off appearance in the show, while many more remained exclusive to the Archie comic book. There was also a subtle theme of environmentalism running through these books, as it was a hot topic at the time. Some of my favourite Archie characters were Slash and Wingnut. Slash and Wingnut were featured in this book in a way that was true to the characters' actual origins, and is significantly different to other media portrayals. While Slash starts off as a generic angry bad turtle, he later teams up with our Shoal brothers and helps save the planet when an evil army of bug-like aliens invades Earth. This particular story, along with the beautiful sculpt, are the reason why I love this vintage Slash and Wingnut figures so much. The Turtles, having conquered the worlds of comic books, toys and animation, were on a roll. Another cornerstone of the Turtles media were video games. An important part of my Ninja Turtles saga was discovering the Konami arcade game released in 1989. This large, oversized, simultaneous 4-player arcade cabinet was a behemoth with a loud and colourful attract mode, and on release had people lining up just to play it. Incredibly, in the year of 1989, we got Golden Axe from Sega, Final Fight from Capcom, and Turtles from Konami. All three games I played a lot of back then, and I still replay now. Konami reused the same large 4-player cab format with another of their hits in the 90s being Simpsons in 1991, a game I played just as much, if not more, than the Red Hot Turtles arcade game. For pinball fans, Data East released a beautiful green machine that kept fans coming back for more. The Konami arcade game had satisfying controls, large sprites, great animations, stylish sound, voice clips and big sprawling levels made it a must-play, not just for Turtles fans, but for anyone who frequented the video game arcades of my youth. Konami also released a popular follow-up sequel, Turtles in Time, that had even more memorable levels and boss battles. In 1990, I got to see a Ninja Turtles live-action stage show. Whoa, wait a minute. Not that live-action stage show. This live-action stage show.
We laugh and sing and do our thing with the turtles. La 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 la. In the sewer, how will they get here? La 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 la.
Sorry if I'm a little fucking snippy.
That's fine.
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired. And I work with fucking children.
Does somebody have the actual clip? Okay, people, let's get this right this time. Here is the actual live show John saw back in the day. On my mark.
This is it. Oh, whoa, Kiri. It's so exciting being on tour with EBS, isn't it?
Oh, it sure is, darling.
Yeah, everybody's here. Lisa and the Quack-Ups.
Oh, goodness, hope the Quack-Ups are...
Oh, might be a good idea. How would we do that? Oh, I know. Hey, dudes! Would you all like to meet Raphael?
Oh, they sound really keen, Russell.
Yeah, they
Let's
sure do.
call him.
Did someone say pizza?
Oh, hey! Doodle-doo, Raphael! Nice to see you again!
Kia ora, darling.
Come again?
Kia ora. It's the real New Zealand way of saying hello.
Kia ora?
Yeah, well, that's pretty close.
Okay then. Kia ora, everyone! Kia ora! I like it. I'll teach it to the others.
Hey, Raphael, what have you been doing so far, like in New Zealand?
Well, I've been checking out your sores. You could say I've been down under, the land down under. Yo, DJ, spin that wheel!
Hit him with this. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get up and party!
I'm here to promote the music.
The live-action show we got in New Zealand played in several locations, such as Auckland and Christchurch, and I think also in Dunedin. It was a distinctly different live-action show than the rock and roll themed one in the USA. It featured a hybrid mix of the cartoon and movie characters. The performances included choreographed fight scenes, acrobatics, and stunts that highlighted the Turtles' ninja abilities. We got bits of music playing from the live-action movie soundtrack, audio clips of Shredder. We also got live-action bebop and rocksteady and some fairly dodgy-looking costumes, but us Turtle Mad kids went crazy for it. We didn't care, we just ate it up and loved the show to bits. The crowd went absolutely crazy when those characters came out.
Misguided on love and falling the foot. Looking to arise and be angry youth and look the people who needed truth. And from out of the dark came
A number of years passed. Around the year 2000, I moved to Australia. And then the Turtles were back again in 2003 with a new animated show and toy line that was more serious in tone and closely followed story arcs from the original Mirage comics. I saw a few episodes here and there, but at the time I was mostly collecting superhero comic books and buying import action figures aimed at the adult market from import stores and comic shops. Fast forward a few more years, and the Turtles received an animated one-off movie special in 2007 and a complete brand relaunch again in 2012 with the Nickelodeon Viacom purchase of the majority of Turtles media rights. The Nick show was a massive success with an incredibly large toy line comparable to the original 80s line with its scope and depth. I got into the Nick era toy line right towards the end, and with it moving out of retail, collected many of the figures for over 2 years on the second-hand market. I was also able to watch the complete run of 155 episodes of the 2003 4Kids Fox show and all 124 episodes of the 2012 Nickelodeon show. Both are absolutely brilliant shows with great writing, story arcs, characterization that really stands up to the true spirit of the Mirage Turtles, while incorporating the best elements of the Murakami Wolf animated show and New Line Cinema 1990 live-action movie. In 2011, IDW Comics relaunched a new ongoing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic a year before the Nickelodeon reboot show. This series marked a departure from the established Mirage, Fred Wolf, and Archie Adventures continuities. It blended elements from different Ninja Turtles universes, incorporating the gritty ninja aspects of Mirage, a truly evil warlord Krang from the Murakami Wolf, a supersized Bebop and Rocksteady, much larger and stronger than the previous versions, and a more deadly and terrifying Rokosake, the Shredder, than perhaps any vision seen before. The IDW Comics also introduced numerous new mutants and fresh takes on classic characters. The series featured long, gradually developing story arcs, eventually running for 150 issues before a soft relaunch. This made the IDW Ninja Turtles comics the longest running ongoing series in the franchise, surpassing the previous record held by the Archie Adventures series. Reflecting on the journey of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles media, not just in my life but in the lives of many fans around the world over the decades, young and old, it's clear these heroes in a half shell have been more than just characters on a screen or a comic book. They've been companions through different stages of your life, each piece of media marking a chapter in your own story. It all started with the cartoons, the animated series that introduce you to the quirky personalities of Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael. These episodes were more than just entertainment. They were a source of joy and imagination, sparking your creativity and sense of adventure. You may recall eagerly tuning in to watch their latest exploits, sharing laughs at Michelangelo's catchphrases, and cheering on the team as they thwarted the plans of villains like Shredder and Krang. As you grew older, the live-action movies brought the Turtles to life in a new way. These films, with their blend of action, humour and heart, became a bridge between the world of fantasy and reality. As you grew older, the live-action movies brought the Turtles to life in a new way. These films, with their blend of action, humour and heart, became a bridge between the fantasy world of the Turtles and the realities of growing up. They taught lessons about friendship, perseverance, and the importance of staying true to oneself, messages that resonated with you as you navigated your own challenges in life. Then came the stage shows, an experience that felt almost magical. Seeing the Turtles live in costume and on stage brought an exhilarating sense of closeness to these beloved characters. It was a tangible connection to a world that had once been just pencil and ink. These shows were not just performances, they were moments of pure joy, where the lines between reality and fiction blurred in the most delightful way. Now, looking back, Ninja Turtles media is like a thread woven through the tapestry of your life. Each iteration of the Turtles, whether in cartoons, movie, comics or toys, captures a piece of your childhood, adolescence, and even adulthood. The Turtles were there, teaching you to embrace your quirks, to value your friends, to fight for what you believe in. Their enduring presence reminds you of a simpler time, of the wonder and excitement of discovering a new adventure.
Michelangelo and Donatello make up the team with one other fellow, Raphael.
As you continue to revisit these stories, whether through rewatching old episodes or sharing them with a new generation, you carry with you the sense of wonder and excitement that the Turtles have always evoked. The Ninja Turtles media is more than just a collection of stories. It's a reflection of your own journey, a reminder of the joy of childhood, and a celebration of the timeless appeal of these heroes in a half shell.
Fight for justice. Your shell is hard, so you shout. They can't dust us off like some old coffee table. Since you've been born, you've been willing and able to defeat the snake, protect the weak, fight for rights and your freedom to speak. Now the villain is chilling.